I want to welcome you to the regular meeting of the Common Council for February 11th, 2026. We will begin with public participation portion of the meeting. Time is now 7 p.m. I ask if you'd like to speak, please state your name and address clearly for the record. Your speaking time is 3 minutes, and I will call from this list and then open it up to anyone in the room who wishes to speak or anybody calling in remotely. And I have one name on the list, and that is Mr. Paul Catanzaro.
Thanks, Don. Good evening, Paul Catanzaro, 250 Hillhurst Avenue. Not going to really talk about anything on the agenda today. Talk about my friend. Somebody I knew for probably 20 years. He was in high school, working for recreation. I was in the park department. He used to work the shell of the concerts. He was in charge of the cooking crew. A little quick story. Park and Rec always bought bulk items for food. They bought the cheapest hot dogs. We used to call them the salty dogs. They were horrible. And the kids used to not always clean the grill. There was a couple grease fires during my time there. Jarrell came and became the supervisor there. And one day he came real early, and he disinfected and cleaned the whole grill. Beautiful. We talked about the hot dogs. He goes, yeah, why aren't we buying Rosso hot dogs? I said, it's a great question. We got the best hot dogs in the country. The next concert, I happened to be working with him. He came in with a box of Martin Rosso hot dogs that he bought. Right then and there, I knew this is a special kid that cares about what he does, cares about the people around him, cares about the city. For the many years following, we kind of lost track a little bit, and then kept in touch. We sat here together, and we talked a lot. I want to say maybe I was one of his many mentors, and he always asked me questions, and we talked a lot. Matter of fact, we just talked a few days prior to what happened. And he was just a bright star and a rare politician. Very bipartisan. Didn't speak much, but when he did, you listened, because it meant something. It came from the heart. Wasn't anybody that I know that cared and loved about this city more than him and his district. And when it comes, and this can be my opinion, when it comes time to fill that seat, I hope we honor him by picking somebody that's similar to what he is. Independent, unaffiliated, person of color. Because in my opinion, that's still his seat, and it will be for 2 years. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Mr. Catanzaro. Again, that was all the names I had on the list. Does anybody wish to speak to the council? Anybody else? Anybody else? Yes, sir. Would you like to speak? Come up and state your name and address for the record.
Hi everyone, my name is Sohail Lokanwala, 139 Fraser Fur Road. Yeah, first of all, I think that's a tough thing to follow. I think we should firstly hold a moment of silence for Jeremy for 10 seconds.
We'll be doing that in the regular meeting,
okay.
sir, but
Yeah,
we can all pause for 10
yeah.
seconds, by all
Yeah.
means.
2, 4, 3.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think this is obviously in this tough time. I came here today to speak in support of Ramaz Bashir being appointed as alderman for the other vacancy. She is a wonderful member of the community, and I believe she would make a great addition to the town hall. That's all I have to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Anybody else in the chamber wish to speak? Anybody else? Please.
I'm Samantha Walker, 151 LaSalle Street. First, I want to say good evening. I hope everyone's doing well. I want to thank you guys, everyone here, for the opportunity to interview with the DTC for the, for the opening of the seat since Iris had gone up to state. Congrats. I knew that there would be a vacancy since Bobby Sanchez was running for mayor. I knew that one of the ladies in my ward was going to be pushed up to state. At that point, I had told several members on the council and on the DTC, both in leadership, some in non-leadership, that I wanted this seat, right? I've been involved in politics for years. So I was excited when the DTC was holding interviews, when an alderwoman told me, hey, the DTC chair is gonna reach out to you and they're gonna have an interview and submit your resume to him. I was like, let's go. It did seem a little strange to me that the DTC was the one holding these interviews, because according to our city charter, the council is the one who votes in the members in these circumstances. I teach the charter to my kids in my civics class. We go over all types of government, but I did it anyways. Late Monday evening, I was told to submit my resume to the council. Due to technical errors, I wasn't able to do so. I did it on Tuesday morning. It was too late because when I went and looked, I saw that on the agenda, you guys had already decided to appoint somebody in. My only hope is that the people who did the interviews in the DTC was able to give the resumes of all the applicants to you guys along with the information that they had collected. Thank you so much.
Thank you for speaking. Does anybody else wish to speak to the council? Yes, sir.
Orlando Borrero, 48 South Burr Street. I came in support of Alberto Borrero. He's born and raised here in New Britain. He's done a lot of community involvement. He's very good with mentoring kids. He was scholared athlete at EC Goodwin, has a banner up in his name. Family owns a house here in New Britain. So I would consider him for the vacant seat. And my deepest condolences for everyone on Jarrell's loss. Sorry.
Thank you for speaking. Is anybody calling in remotely, sir? Last four digits? 1895? 82, thank you.
Good evening. My name is Maribel Aguilar. I live at 1 Navarro Road in East Haven, Connecticut. I'm actually calling in support of Alberto Borrero. He is currently a foreman at the Housing Authority of the City of New Britain. I am currently the deputy director. Although I know Alberto mostly in a professional basis, I've come to know Alberto as an individual who takes his work, his job very seriously, takes pride in his work, has a serious care for the residents and everything that it entails to make sure that our residents are safe and that they're living in good condition. So although our relationship is strictly professional, it's on a professional basis, he has shown a lot of pride as well, as far as him being a son of the city of New Britain. I grew up going to New Britain, I didn't live in New Britain, but I do love the city of Britain, and I see how much he loves it, how much time he puts in towards community organization, and always having his children involved. And he just has this amazing pride. And so myself, always having been involved in the community in New Haven, I saw so much of myself in the things that he did in the 30 years that I was involved. And I think that he would be an amazing asset as the son of New Britain and the pride that he takes. And I'm very proud to call on his behalf of his support. Thank you so much.
Thank you for speaking. Any other callers on the line? 23. Go ahead, sir.
Hi, my name.
Hello, state your name and address for the record. The floor is yours. Going once? Caller with the last digits 2383. If you're on the line, the floor is yours for 3 minutes. Next caller. Caller with the number 7069. The floor is yours. State your name and address for the record. Next caller? No more? Do you think they're still on? All right.
Hello?
Hello? If you can hear me, yeah, state your name and address for the record. Go ahead.
Yes, my name is Lisa Liu, and I live at 63 Bassett Street. I just wanted to express my sympathy for the loss of Alderman Sherelle Hasbury. He did a lot of work in the community, and I think we should show our appreciation at the same time that we are looking for someone to fill his seat. I also wanted to thank the city for their efforts in cleaning up after a big snowstorm. It may not make everybody happy, but I was very happy with the way the Department of Public Works did their job under a very trying circumstance. And that is just about all. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Liu. Any more callers? Nobody on? Anybody else?
Hi, my name is. Yes,
Yes, sir. State your name and address for the record. The floor is yours.
Jose Rodriguez, 28 Pershing Avenue.
Go ahead, Jose.
I am calling in support of Alberto.
All right.
Yep,
Is that it, Jose?
I'm the constable for the city of New Britain.
Okay.
Supporting Alberto as for council.
We hear you. Thank you.
Not a problem.
All right. Are there any other callers? Nobody online? Anybody in the room? Once? Twice? 3 times? That will conclude public participation at 7:15. Just give any alderpersons briefly any remarks on what they've heard. We'll obviously be doing, honoring Alderman Hargraves during the meeting. Seeing nobody, that concludes Alderwoman Scott.
So peace and love, everybody. Thanks for coming out. And I know this is a really difficult time for everyone here. And I want to thank Paul. Thank you so much for coming and sharing your memories and your story. It's really important for us to continue to share our stories about Jarrell and keep them in our hearts, and that will keep them with us. So thank you for sharing that lovely story. I want to thank the second speaker. Thanks for coming out in support of Ramaz, and I'm sure she appreciates that. Thank you, Samantha, for coming. I'm really sorry about what's happened, and thank you for coming out and sharing. We are the people who are elected here to vote on these items, so that's a part of this, and it is a flawed process, and it is something that should be looked into within our charter. This process should be selecting involving everyone, and it shouldn't be something that could potentially put the livelihood of the person who's appointed at risk. So those are some of my concerns with this. I'm not fighting, I'm not trying to argue, I just have an opinion about this situation and the process and things that might potentially need to be looked at and changed here. So thanks for coming out and sharing, Samantha. And thank you for coming in support of Alberto, and thank you for coming and sharing the caller who called as well, thank you. And Lisa, thank you for calling and sharing your kind words and about Jarrell and the snow, and we'll be talking more about that. So thank you so much. Peace and love.
Thank you. Any other remarks? Any other remarks? Any other remarks? Hearing none, this concludes responses from the alderpersons. The regular meeting will begin shortly. It's now 7:18. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I hit your ear again?
He did it.
You did the seating.
I don't know what to see.
Council members, please take your seats. Okay. Good evening. I call to order the February 11, 2026 regular meeting of the Common Council. The time is now 7:24 p.m. Madam Clerk, can you please call the roll?
Yes, Your Honor. Alderman McNamara.
Here.
Alderwoman Scott. Alderman Simpson.
Here.
Alderman Smedley. Alderman Malinowski. Alderman Gibson. Alderwoman Delernia. Alderman Santiago. Alderwoman Barbosa.
Here.
Alderwoman Vargas. Alderwoman Maldonado. Alderman Centeno. Alderwoman Ortiz Luna. Your Honor, there are 13 members present.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk, for the invocation, which will be followed by the Pledge of Allegiance.
Please stand, and everyone please bow your heads. Today we remember Alderman Gerald Hargraves, who passed away unexpectedly last week. Alderman Hargraves sat in that corner seat quiet, humble, yet caring for the needs and concerns of the residents of New Britain. We lift his family and friends in prayer as the son of a New Britain gone too soon. During Black History Month, we honor the strength, resilience, and contributions of African Americans whose leadership and sacrifice helped shape this city, this nation, and the world. Here in New Britain, we have a number of heroes and sheroes who poured into this community. People like Miss Connie Wilson Collins, Police Chief Clifford J. Williams Sr., Mr. Alton Brooks, Miss Emma Pierce, Miss Janice Edwards, Miss Armenthea Coley, and so many others. As we conduct the people's business, may we be guided by wisdom, fairness, and compassion. May our decisions reflect equity, respect, and a commitment to opportunity for all. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Due to the addition of resolution on the agenda, we are going to reserve council comments for that portion. However, at this time, we will have a moment of silence in honor of Alderman Gerald Hargraves' memory. Please stand for the moment of silence. Thank you. Alderman Santiago, any minutes?
No minutes, Your Honor.
Thank you. Who do we have next? Alderman. You? Yep. Alderman Santiago for any amendments?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd like to make amendment to add item number 9 and also to move it to the top of the resolution.
Second.
Second by Alderwoman Barbosa.
I'm sorry, move it to the top of the agenda.
Top of the agenda. Okay. Okay. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Alderman McNamara.
Yes.
Alderwoman Scott.
Yes.
Alderman Simpson.
Yes.
Alderman Smedley.
Yes.
Alderman Malinowski.
Yes.
Alderman Gibson.
Yes.
Alderwoman Delernia.
Yes.
Alderman Santiago.
Yes?
Alderwoman Barbosa.
Yes.
Alderwoman Vargas.
Yes.
Alderwoman Maldonado. Alderman Centeno.
Yes.
Alderwoman Ortiz Luna.
Yes.
13 yes, Your Honor, in favor.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk, any petitions?
Yes, Your Honor, we have 3 petitions. Petition number 1, submitted by Alderman Smedley, Delernia, Malinowski, and Gibson for the appropriate departments to provide a summary of City Hall workplace practices. Petition number 2, submitted by Alderman Smedley, Delernia, Malinowski, and Gibson for the
Your
appropriate...
Honor, point of order, we have to do one at a time.
Oh, I'm so sorry. My apologies.
For the first one,
I'll
refers to
restate the
Human
first
Resource Department.
HR, yes, okay.
Now the second.
Petition number 2, submitted by Alderman Smedley, Demlernia, Malinowski, and Gibson for the appropriate departments to provide a summary about the recent cyber attack on the city of New Britain.
Refer to corporate counsel. And number 3?
Petition number 3, Alderman Smedley, submitted by Alderman Smedley, Demlernia, Malinowski, and Gibson for the Board of Finance and Taxation to provide budget document packet, including documents.
Refer to Finance Department. Thank you. Alderman Santiago for the consent agenda.
Thank you, Your Honor. Make a motion to accept the consent agenda of item A.
Second by Alderman Simpson. Okay, Madam Clerk,
Any discussion?
please call the roll.
Alderman McNamara,
Yes.
Alderwoman Scott,
Yes.
Alderman Simpson,
Yes.
Alderman Smedley,
Yes.
Alderman Malinowski,
Yes.
Alderman Gibson,
Yes.
Alderwoman Demlernia, Alderman Santiago,
Yes?
Alderwoman Barbosa, Alderwoman Vargas, Alderwoman Maldonado, Alderman Centeno,
Yes.
Alderwoman Ortiz Luna. 13 in favor, Your Honor.
Motion carries. Before moving on and recognizing the alderpersons who wish to speak, I would like to take a moment to honor Jarrell Hargraves this evening and reflect on the many memories he gave our city and meaningful life he lived in service to others. This is a profound loss, as Jarrell touched countless lives, and his impact will be felt for years to come. Alderman Smedley for item number 9.
Thank you, Your Honor, for your kind words. I make a motion to accept and adopt resolution number 9.
Second by Alderman Malinowski.
Recently, the city of New Britain suffered a substantial loss. Jarrell Hargraves was a lifelong member of the New Britain community who passed away on February 3rd, 2026. Jarrell was a son, brother, friend, alderman, and many other titles to many people. Jarrell cared about people and the work that he did. I apologize, it's going to take me a minute.
Take your time.
Jarrell was a New Britain High School alumni and former staff member to the school district. He served the city on the Common Council for more than a decade and spent more than 20 years as a city employee. Most recently, Jarrell was passionate about his position as the Human Rights and Opportunities Officer in the Human Resources Department, where he was steadfast and committed to employees and citizen concerns. Whereas Jarrell's community impact was far beyond his titles, his work, and elected position. Jarrell was a role model for our youth and volunteered his time as the well-known voice of the Golden Hurricanes. His work with many youth organizations and various groups throughout the city is an example of the humble dedication he had for New Britain. Whereas Jarrell brought people together in our community. He didn't care who you were, what party you belonged to, or what race, gender, or ethnicity you had. When Jarrell spoke, people listened. Jarrell simply cared about all humans. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Common Council of the City of New Britain recognize Jarrell Hargraves as an exemplary member of our community. And we encourage all people in the City of New Britain to act as Alderman Jarrell Hargraves would, with dignity, passion, and composure towards everything and everyone. I want to thank everybody who cared about Jarrell, who posted nice things about Jarrell online, or who reached out to another friend or a family member of Jarrell. Sticking together is the best thing we can do to deal with this situation. I'm very angry, I'm very upset, and I apologize to anybody who felt that wrath. So I'm very sad that Jarrell passed away. He was such a good human being. And I'll yield the floor to everyone else for some kind words, but please know that I'm sorry that we lost such a good person in our community.
Thank you, Alderman. Any questions or comments? Alderman Malinowski.
Thank you, Your Honor. I'm going to keep this fairly brief. I want to echo a lot of what Alderman Smedley said. Jarrell was a good dude. Conversations with him, I feel like made me a better person. This body and this city were better to have him part of it, and I'm going to miss him. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman McNamara?
Thank you, Your Honor. I just want to remember Jarrell in this way. 2 dates on the calendar every year, we honor the life of Martin Luther King. And that was January 19th. And it's usually on the date of his assassination every year. And as the CHRO officer for the city, Jarrell organized with the commission, I think in all the time, he pulled together the most compelling programs for community service, social justice, since I moved to New Britain in the 1980s. So we need to remember him for that and his contributions as our fair housing officer. He wore more than one hat, and tenants have related to me how Mr. Hargraves reached out and helped me and mediated and also obtained rent decreases after some exorbitant rent increases tenants absorbed. So he has big shoes to fill, and may his memory be a blessing.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderwoman Delonia?
Thank you, Mayor. It's definitely a gut-wrenching loss for all of us. I feel for Alderman Smedley. I know how close they were. Jarrell just was a wonderful guy. I think of him as somebody who, that saying, speaks softly but walks with a big stick. And we'll all miss him. Rest easy, my friend. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Alderwoman Barbosa?
Tonight I wear Cowboys. Jarrell and I were big diehard Cowboy fans. We spoke a lot on our losses, and unfortunately tonight I'm speaking on his loss. Jarrell was a fair, honest, respectful young man. The way he loved his Cowboys is the way he loved the people of the city of New Britain. My condolences go out to his family, his friends, his colleagues, and to the city of New Britain. It is a big loss. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Alderman Gibson?
So I stand to honor, in memory, Jarrell Hargraves. We're very similar, very much reserved, very humble person, never spoke too often, but as mentioned, when he did, he had a message, had a concern, he had a passion. Jarrell loved what he was doing. We have talked many times on our similarities in regards to politics, the good and the bad, in regards to who we are, what we represent, and what we believed in. I reached out to Jarrell the day before his passing with a concern on behalf of the concern of a resident. And he did not hesitate, got right to it. And unbeknownst to me, actually helped that resident out. So as it being Black History Month, we can honor a lot of people. Tonight, I'm gonna honor my man, my friend, my colleague, and my brother. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Simpson?
Thank you. I'll keep this brief, but I had the privilege of sitting next to Alderman Hargraves during my first term on the council, and I'll agree, he was shy and reserved, but I promise if you sat there and watered that seedling, that relationship with him, he was quick with a joke. He was always a helping hand. I don't think I've ever seen him actually shy away from a conversation. And I know in politics that is a high bar to me. And because of his work with the Fair Rent Commission, because of his work with securing our residents' human rights, we have lost a cornerstone of the services that we provide in the city of New Britain. When it comes to respecting our rights as residents, when it comes to administering fair housing to ensure that nobody is discriminated against for any protected class, be it race, age, gender, national origin, whatever it is. If people had the issue, Jarrell was the guy they were to call. Whether his role in City Hall here on the council complicated things, maybe from time to time, but honestly, for his position, for the work that was put on his lap, he did a fantastic job of managing it, and we are better off for his presence. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Anyone else? Alderwoman Luz Luna?
Thank you, Your Honor. So, I used to get text messages all the time from constituents in Ward 2. And I used to text Jarrell, sorry, I have another one. He used to say, keep it coming, I can handle it. That's just the type of person he was. I think what I mostly admired about Jarrell, and I think I said this in front at our first council, is like he was all about the kids. He loved children. I remember when I first met him, like, you don't have kids? He's like, no. I'm like, but you're so good with kids. And he loved basketball. He loved Cowboys. But he loved coaching. He loved the children. That's what I mostly, really admired and what I remember of him. I think everyone else, you guys did gave a good summary of him. My condolences goes out to his family. I'm a mother. I couldn't even imagine how it feels to lose a kid, lose a child. We're not supposed to bury our children, right? We're supposed to bury our parents. So my condolences to his family.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Any other? No? Okay, see. Oh, Alderwoman Scott.
Thank you, Your Honor. I spoke with Jarrell before he passed, that Friday, I believe, about Black History Month, and it really, we talked about our plans, for Black History Month, and it really breaks my heart to stand here and look at an empty seat today, because he sat next to me last term, he's sitting next to me this term, and we actually joked about how we're still sitting next to each other at the first day of this council meeting for this term. And so I'm heartbroken to lose a friend and a colleague, and I hope everyone will keep him in his prayers and keep our good memories of him. And also, we're not supposed to be burying our children. He was so young. I couldn't even believe it was true when I saw that. So, yeah, I think it's going to be hard, but we'll hopefully continue to do the work that he was doing and keep him in our hearts as we're doing it for the community. So thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Santiago.
When I first started coaching, it was in Vibe over at Chesley. This is when I met Jarrell, his father, Latasha, all of them, the whole family. And that's when it got me into coaching myself. And we used to have those battles because he was coaching one side, I was on the other side, and we'll have, it was his face when he, see those kids, dribbling, scoring, him circling around them, encouraging, because he was young himself. And to be a young man and still out there and giving to the community at that age was just remarkable to see. Between Park and Rec and, again, 20 years of service to the city. I mean, the family, tight-knit family. I know from going to their parties, they always got invited to their parties. how he would go see his nephews and nieces' basketball games or sports games, whatever game it was. He was there. Whenever he had a time, he would make sure he showed up. Here's a councilman. I'm not gonna lie, first of his position, right? But he took it on and he went with it. He made sure he represented everyone, didn't discriminate, didn't hesitate on who he needed to represent. He was there. And as a council member, we could talk. I actually had the conversation Friday prior to his passing. And we were talking about the events that he was scheduling, the things that he was ready to do. He was working on the Black History Month, Juneteenth, activities, even this March of St. Patrick's Day that he was looking forward to doing. To hear that, get the call that he was passed, it hit hard, because it was a young man, didn't deserve to go that young, but God called him, and we got to, take that as opportunity to just enjoy all his memories, all his strides, every steps that he put out there for us to represent the community. And you could the last meeting, he stepped about the cameras to make sure that the community that he represented wasn't going to get picked on. That showed what kind of character he was. He was very reserved, yes, we know, but his actions, it was louder. And I want to make sure that we all, take that into thrive as we continue to do the service for him and the service for the community, to make sure that we take the sample that he had. And definitely to his family, we're here. Anything, just reach out. And of course, we have the conversations. And rest your soul.
Thank you, Alderman. And I believe his service is this Saturday at AME Zion Church, and it's at 9 a.m. I believe it starts at 9 a.m. Thank you. Seeing no other comments, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Alderman Santiago for item number 1.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 1.
Second by Alderman Smedley.
This is to appoint, as we found out, clerk of committees, Shane, I'm sorry, just still emotional about, Shane Livingston has stepped down due to conflicts between the job's timing. So we had, due to the short term and we're having not many, we have to make sure we have someone to be able to take the seat. We're here to appoint Carlo Colozzi for clerk of committees, and I urge adoption.
Okay, any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Madam Clerk, for the swearing in. Carlo?
Do you, Carlo Colozzi Jr., having been appointed to the office of Clerk of Committees for the City of New Britain, solemnly swear that you will faithfully and honestly perform the duties of the office of the Clerk of Committees for the City of New Britain to the best of your judgment and skills, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Alderwoman Scott for item number 2.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 2.
Second.
Second by Alderman Santiago.
This is for Black History Month. Since 1926, which makes us 100 years, a former slave and a coal miner. As a child, Dr. Carter Woodson conducted a Negro History Week, a week-long celebration to commemorate individuals and events which portrayed significant
Yeah, Mike, excuse me.
Since 1976, Black History Month has been celebrated nationally during the entire month of February, which happens to be the shortest month in a year, but I'll just point that out, to seize the opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. The city of New Britain is proud to be the home of such a diverse and distinguished population, and recognizes the accomplishments of African Americans have made. The music, inventions, art, sports. We have several leaders who have made several contributions to make all of our lives better here. And let's not forget that Black people literally built this country. And I'm just gonna say a little bit of what I said this morning, since I know everybody wasn't there. It's the 100th year for Black history, and Blacks have contributed to a lot of facets in our lives, And Black is beautiful, Black is smart, creative, strong, resilient human beings. But we're all human beings, Black or white. We are all beautiful, smart, capable, and I believe this with the bottom of my heart, that we are all capable. We have so many problems here in this country. We have racist, hateful things that our leaders are saying, and we have to stick together as human beings. These people are acting in hate today, and my father said that this is one of the worst times that we have had in this country, probably the worst. And my mother said that we can't let this happen, we have to stand against it. So we have to stand together. Blacks, Hispanics, Asian, Polish, Italians, Arabic speaking, Yemenis, Irish, Native Americans, everybody needs to stick together as human beings. When we have leaders that are making these racist statements and these hateful acts towards individuals, human beings, they are trying to isolate groups. They're trying to separate us so that we will fight each other. We cannot allow this kind of separation here in New Britain. We can't allow it in this country. Malcolm X said that distracted people cannot organize. Keep them arguing, keep them entertained, and they'll never have time to build power against that threatens you. So we need to remember what our ancestors have said to us. We need to remember these words because it's extremely important, because it defines our future. Jarrell's passing is really, really difficult, especially during this month of Black History Month. I remember him saying here in this council room, and I believe it was during the Black Business Month, he said that Black Business Month is every day. It's the same as Black History, it's every day. We need to celebrate and remember Black people every day and their accomplishments every day. So I urge adoption, but I also wanted to point out that there's several activities that will be happening. We have something, I think it's the 25th, here at City Hall. We'll be recognizing, I think it's, I don't know what time it is, but it's going to be here at City Hall. And then we have a fashion show on February the 28th at the library at 2 o'clock. And there are some other things that are happening at the Art Museum as well, I believe. So free events there. So please go out and take the kids out to these things and teach them because it's important. So I urge adoption of this resolution.
Thank you, Alderman Scott. Any questions or comments? Okay, seeing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say nay. Motion carries. Alderwoman Barbosa for item number 3.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 3.
Second by Alderwoman Luz Luna.
This is regarding the appointment of a new member to the Common Council due to the vacancy by Alderwoman Iris Sanchez. I will read the resolution. Whereas pursuant to the Charter of the City of New Britain, the Common Council is vested with the authority to fill the vacancy of Alderperson Ward 3, and whereas such a vacancy currently exists, and whereas State Representative Iris Sanchez and the Democratic Caucus of the New Britain Common Council, with the full support of the New Britain Democratic Town Committee, nominate Alberto Borrero to fill the vacancy. And now therefore be it resolved that Alberto Borrero of 78 Concord Street be and is hereby appointed Alderperson Ward 3 to fill the vacancy left by Iris Sanchez, effective upon the adoption of this resolution. I urge adoption.
Any questions or comments? Alderman Smedley.
Thank you, Your Honor. I rise in support of Alberto being appointed to this position. My team and I also will be voting in support of this. I've known Alberto and the family for quite some time. He is a family man, and he is passionate about his work that he does in New Britain, and I look forward to working with him on the council.
Thank you, Alderman. Any other comments or questions? Okay, seeing none.
Candace.
Oh, I'm sorry. Alderwoman Scott.
I also wanted to congratulate you for your appointment on the council. I know that I spoke with you before that I am going to be voting no on this, but it's not against you. It's against the process and the process that's flawed here. And I hope that we will look into the process and improve it for our constituents here in the city. And that's where I am. But I don't have anything against you personally, and I want to make sure that that's clear. And also that we'll look into how we can change possibly the charter so that it's open to all of our constituents when this happens. And then also that it could potentially, we want to make sure that we're making sure that we're looking into the, making sure it's fair, and that's all. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Alderman McNamara.
I just want to thank Mr. Borrero for stepping up. I think his engagement, involvement in the community speaks for itself, and I think he'll be responsive to the needs of Ward 3, and he will help bring us together on issues before the council. I wholeheartedly support him.
Thank you, Alderman. Alderman Simpson.
Thank you, Your Honor. My apologies, that was my phone. I rise in uneasy opposition to this. I don't have any personal feelings against Mr. Borrero. In fact, he's going to sit next to me, so whoever ends up in this seat, I do want them to have the same welcoming and support that Alderman, kind of what Alderman Hargreaves provided for me in my first term, right? That being said, my opposition comes from the fact that I'm aware of each of the candidates. I'm aware of varying degrees of their background, but I also know that there are entire constituencies in this city who have nobody in government. And so, while I think there are probably more representative choices, whoever comes, I do welcome you to the council. You have the support of your then colleagues. But just on this resolution, I do rise in opposition, but it's not like a make or break for building relationships and working as colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Any other questions or comments? Alderwoman Barbosa.
I rise in support of Alberto. I didn't know Alberto, but I did see him frequently knocking during the campaign. He knocked on my ward, which is Ward 2. He had no business knocking there, but it just goes to show you the type of individual that he is, that he supports everyone throughout the city of New Britain. So I welcome him.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Any other questions or comments? Alderwoman Luz Luna.
Thank you, Your Honor. So I just wanted to state that we all went through the same process just like how I did, I had to interview in front of a panel, and I also received the endorsement of Ward 4, or the sitting members in Ward 4 through the DTC. So I had to go through the same process. I had to send emails. I had to reach out to each member in Ward 4 to kind of sell myself to get the endorsement. And although I was not part of that process because I don't live in Ward 3, I did receive an email from Alberto, biography, resume. He's very involved in our city. I believe he also coached for New Britain Little League when his son was young. Couple days later, to be fair, I did receive another email, but however, the endorsement was already done, and it was by Samantha Walker. I was very, very impressed, very impressed. I did not even know that you had a degree, and I congratulate you. And I was very impressed, and I really hope that those that did apply and did interview continue to be involved, so that you guys can be part of the process. But congratulations, Alberto.
Thank you, Alderwoman. Alderman Simpson for the second time.
Thank you. Unless somebody else wants to go first, who hasn't spoken. Okay. I agree with the kind of assessment Alderwoman Ortiz Luna gave on the qualifications, characteristics, but I do have to push back on the notion that we ran through the same process, and the root of that argument comes from the role of a DTC is to make recommendations or endorsements for elections, whereas this vacancy is not an election. If it were, it would actually be you guys deciding, who gets to fill this vacancy. So I do push back a little bit on the notion that we went through the same process. Town committees, while they can make recommendations, they don't have an official role in this process. So if that's something that can be changed, I know we have to revisit the charter. We can update language just to make sure this process is clear and concise, because on my end, I received communications about who to send things like cover letters, resumes to, and folks were told different things, which may explain the time delay. But overall, I think our saving grace here is that we had 3 fantastic candidates. I have my own personal thoughts on it, but that's not for these chambers. Thank you.
Who's the question?
Call the question.
Okay. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Madam Clerk, for the swearing in. Mr. Barrero, if you want to stand up to the podium.
Your Honor, point of information.
Point of order, Mr. Mayor. The vote was on the calling of the question, so then we just have to vote on the actual question.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
So all those in favor of the actual question, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, say nay. Motion carries. Now we can proceed with the swearing in.
Do you, Mr. Alberto Barrero, okay, let's go. Do you, Mr. Alberto Barrero, having been appointed to the office of Ward Alderpersons for the City of New Britain, solemnly swear that you will faithfully and honestly perform the duties of the office of Ward Alderpersons for the City of New Britain to the best of your judgment and skill, so help you God?
I do.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Congratulations. Mr. Barrero, you can take your seat. Okay. Congratulations. Alderman McNamara for item number 4.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt number 4.
Second by Alderman Simpson.
Chapter 4-11 of our charter regarding the compensation of elected officials and other officers of the city requires that the Common Council shall review, establish, and act upon in even-numbered years the rates of compensation for a succeeding Common Council, the mayor, registrar of voters, corporate counsel, clerk of committees, treasurer, and other offices. So I'm here to urge adoption of this committee, which will consist of Alderwoman Delarnia, Alderwoman Barboza, and Alderwoman Scott. And I urge adoption for the third time.
Any questions on item number 4? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 5, Alderwoman Ortiz Luna.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 5.
Second by Alderman Smedley.
This is to authorize Public Works to issue a purchase order to Chadwick Ferris for $12,490 for the purchase of a 2026 Cam Superline trailer. The funds are available, and I urge adoption.
Any questions or comments? Alderman McNamara.
Yeah, thank you. I know Ms. Moriarty here. I want to thank Kevin Brown, the fleet manager, for providing information about these purchases. I believe there's another one on the resolution, so could I ask him to step forward and welcome, Kevin. Oh, yeah. You sent me a very nice description of it with pictures of this, if anybody wants to see this piece of equipment that has been disposed of. It looks ready for the graveyard to me. So just a brief description of that, and that'll be fine.
That trailer was a 19...
And its use in the city.
That trailer is used by the Public Works Department for moving around various pieces of equipment. It was a 1995. It was 31 years old. It was rusted. A lot of the
old as my car, huh?
The frame and suspension was rusted. It was not safe to be on the road anymore. It was actually sold as part of a scrap lot on GovDeals.
Thank you, Kevin. I just want to say the other item on the agenda is the equipment is in similar condition.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions for Kevin? No? Thank you. Okay, any other questions from the council? Seeing none. Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Item number 6, Alderman Centeno.
Thank you, Your Honor. I rise I make a motion, I rise to present this resolution. It's for the purchase of
Second.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Second by Alderman Santiago.
Thank you. Out of practice. I missed the last meeting.
Can we just have a motion? I apologize, just a motion.
Make a motion to accept and adopt the resolution.
Second by Alderman Santiago. Okay.
It's for the purchase of a new Ford F-550 cab and chassis. And that means that we're just buying the chassis, but we're saving $30,000 because the dump body was saved from the one that's being replaced. So it would have been over, I spoke to Mr. Brown, over $100,000. And the purchase on this one is $70,000. So Thank you, Mr. Brown, Mr. Muyard. And I urge adoption.
Any questions from members? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carries. Alderman Malinowski for item number 7.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item 7.
Second by Alderwoman Luz Luna.
And this is to use, it's a FEMA Assistance to Firefighters Fire Prevention Grant in order to purchase a total of 1,314 smoke detectors from Home Depot for a total of $25,040.46. And just a little bit of information. If anybody out there needs a smoke detector, you can call the fire department and they will provide one for you, your house, free of charge. And that's what this grant is purchasing, and I urge adoption.
Thank you. Any questions? Alderwoman Scott.
Yeah, I wanted to thank the fire department for doing this. It's really important. And I was wondering, can I ask you a question?
Chief Ortiz.
Yeah.
Got you.
I was just
Good
wondering.
evening, everyone.
So what, how would people go about getting the free detectors?
Yeah, so we advertise it either through Facebook or through our website. They can, there's a QR code that people can scan. Almost every public event that there is in New Britain, we'll have staff there as well with the QR code. So we'll register them. So there's just a myriad of ways that we register people to have the smoke alarms. We don't turn anyone away. We don't ask questions whether they're a homeowner, how many they need. If they require them, we will install them.
Okay, that's wonderful.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Can you share the flyers with me when you get them so I can share?
Yeah, we can email it to everybody, the entire council, for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing that.
Alderman Santiago.
Mr. Chief, in the course of, since you've been chief, how many have you already distributed to families?
I wish I had that number. I know we sat on thousands of smoke alarms when I first arrived in our storage facility that you both were able to tour yesterday. We got rid of all those, and I think in our 8 years here, we've been successful with about 5 grants totaling somewhere upwards of 5,000 smoke alarms. And in fact, we've had some very good success stories of people who have said they've gotten early notification based on a smoke alarm that we installed. So people are very appreciative. We tend to overlook the need of these smoke alarms until we need them. So we try not to wait. Typically, if you need them installed, we will install them. And there's a waiver, obviously, you have to sign. We don't want to just hand you a smoke alarm, so our firefighters will go out and install them themselves. And then while we're there, we also have an opportunity to do kind of an inspection of their homes. They'll ask questions about extension cords, just housekeeping issues that we can address before they become an emergency.
That was my next question, because I myself was a opportunity to have the fire department come in and do evaluation.
I do remember installing them at your house, yep.
And due to the fact of the loss of the young man.
Correct.
That was around the corner from my house, rest his soul also. And again, from the conversations we had, there was a lot of homes that didn't have them, while there were, when the fires that you had to go through, that was kind of a concern. It was like an eye opener to a lot of homes that didn't have them, that could have been a preventative. And I think that's where a good push of a lot of those fire smoke detectors were put in.
Sure.
But again, there was also the ladder, right? Seeing that the young man didn't have an opportunity to be able to escape from because the fire was down, made me also buy a ladder to have inside my house, just so that, there's another exit for me to have outside, I'll have a fire escape. And then there's a lot of preventatives that we should be taking a look into. But again, appreciate the due diligence you have to make sure that these, residents have opportunity to at least have some kind of preventatives. And thanks for what you've done, and for the department.
And of course, anytime there's a significant fire in New Britain, we do what we call a quick strike program, which we canvass that neighborhood, have conversations with residents. Whatever information we can disclose, we do. But I think that's the most opportune time where people say, I don't want that to happen in my house. what do I need to do to prevent that? And we usually start with the smoke alarms and install them. And even if you have one and don't know if it's operational, we'll just replace it and put a new one in. These are 10-year smoke alarms. All we ask is that you test them periodically. You don't have to change batteries. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other questions? Alderman Gibson.
Thank you once again, Chief. I was able to help out a lot of residents through this program.
Yes, sir.
The question is, I just have to ask, I know you have the battery operated ones. Do you have any hardwire or is it just strictly?
No, they're all
battery
battery operated. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Alderman. Any other questions? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Seeing none, all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries. Alderwoman Vargas for item number 8.
Thank you, Your Honor. I make a motion to accept and adopt item number 8.
Second by Alderman Simpson.
Thank you. This resolution is affirming the City of New Britain's commitment to equal access, public safety, and community trust. The City of New Britain is a diverse community whose residents are varied national origins, languages, and backgrounds, contribute to the civic, cultural, and economic life of the city. And the City Council recognizes that trust between residents and local government is essential to public safety, effective service delivery, and civic participation. And whereas concerns related to federal immigration enforcement have created uncertainty among some residents, potentially discouraging individuals from accessing essential city services or engaging with local institutions. And whereas the City of New Britain is committed to carrying out its responsibilities in compliance with the Constitution and laws of the United States and the state of Connecticut, including protections related to due process and equal treatment. And now therefore be it resolved that the City Council of the City of New Britain affirms its commitment to the safety, dignity, and equal treatment of all residents, and that the city reaffirms the access to city services, including emergency response, public health, education, and social services, shall not be denied or restricted based on immigration status, except as required by law. And the city encourages the provision of clear, accurate, and multilingual information on residents' rights and available services in partnership with community-based organizations as resources allow. And the city departments are encouraged to continue practices that promote language access, non-discrimination, and respectful service delivery to residents of limited English proficiency, consistent with existing policies and applicable law, and that nothing in this resolution is intended to interfere with federal authority or require any city employee to act beyond the scope of their lawful duties. I just want to remind everyone that we are a community, and no one's illegal on this land, and I would like to urge adoption.
Thank you, Alderwoman Vargas. Any questions or comments? Alderwoman Scott.
I wanted to say, first of all, I love this resolution, especially during this difficult time where people are, like I said earlier, back to the resolution I was just reading, where there's a lot of hate, and we have leaders who are being hateful. But at the end of the day, it's really important to talk about these things and have them written down for everybody. But I think my call to action, to this council and to our mayor and to everybody, is that we don't just use these words and just say things, that we're ready and we're prepared to take action towards protecting people in our community. Seriously, we have to be ready to keep everybody safe and keep everybody welcomed here and keep everybody a part of things. So I think, it's great for us to say words. I love resolutions, but I think right now, at the time that we're in this country, we have to be ready to take action. So thank you so much, Jessica, for the resolution.
Thank you, Alderwoman Scott. Any other comments? Okay, seeing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Your Honor, I have a motion to take from the table. I have a motion to take from the table.
Yes, Alderman Simpson.
Thank you. Sorry if I jumped the gun on that one. I just didn't want, adjourn, and then we forget about this,
No.
right? I do need a second.
Second by
Alderman Malinowski.
Malinowski.
Thank you. So if I remember correctly, this resolution came to council and we decided to table it out of a concern relating to a date on the resolution. After checking it out.
Alderman Corporate Counsel.
Yeah, just a point of order, you have to vote to remove it from the table before you start discussing it.
Oh, thank you, yes. All righty.
All right, so to remove it from the table, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against say nay. Motion carries. Now you may.
All right, second time around. So there was a concern about a date after checking it out. Turns out the date is correct, but I will just note that there is a Scribner's error regarding the acronym AFRF and AKRF in the title, sorry.
AKRM.
It's in the title.
So the title has AKRF.
Yep.
And that's correct.
Okay, so what needs to change then is the fourth and fifth whereas, the acronym there, and then I believe this resolution is square.
Right.
And I urge adoption.
Yeah, duly noted. Thank you.
Oh, it's just a Scribner's error you're saying? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you were making a motion to amend. No. Okay.
Okay, so all those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say nay. Motion carries.
Motion to adjourn.
And motion to adjourn. The time is 8:20 p.m. Have a good evening.
Another one.